they realized that, okay, the digital aspect is interesting, but now we want to find a space to show our digital art. And I thought that that was a big opportunity.
Good morning, Giuseppe. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Well, you arrived in Basel for the fair.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm enjoying my time, seeing a lot of interesting art, a lot of good exhibitions. Basel is always fulfilling in many ways, not only for the art exhibitions, but also for the networking that you can do and meeting a lot of friends.
It's the place to be in this period, of course.
I think, in my opinion, after Venice, Art Basel is the second art city in the world. So, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, of course. So this year with the Biennale and then Art Basel, this spring is full of opportunity in the art field.
Yeah.
So you are an art curator and an art entrepreneur, but you can talk a little bit about your activities precisely because it's very fascinating. But I'm really interested.
Thank you. No, I started my career as an artist, and I still practice art.
Okay.
But I shift to the curatorial commitment in 2007, 2008, when I moved to the United Arab Emirates, and I started to work for a couple of the different art institutions, which I co-founded. And these art institutions were basically part of the ecosystem that created the art scene in the Emirates.
Yes, because you moved to United Arab Emirates in previous that they spread in cultural system. Not you are an entrepreneur in this field.
Yes. In 2007, the scene was there, but was not as strong as it's today. Today, I think is becoming one of the most interesting independent art ecosystem. That's the way I define it. I define it in that way because I don't feel that that ecosystem is part of the global scale, but of the global system, art system. But it's more like a microsystem where there are different players and different components that define this thing.
It was difficult entering this new world, new culture, so different maybe from us, or it was easier than I think.
I don't think it was easy, but I think because as I was telling you before, it's it's not the usual journey of an art curator. So I feel that my journey is quite different because moving there and starting to do curatorial research and start to do like studio visits and explore the art scene in that part of the world while developing, I think it was quite interesting, and I feel quite lucky. I feel blessed to be.
Yes, but it's
to be part of that.
A little part of lucky is necessary.
Yes. And as I mentioned to you, I work on different environmental contexts, and I feel that the way I wanted to present it to you is more like kind of ontological, from the ontological point of view. So in the past, I work on two important projects that I feel that define my curatorial journey, and one of them is a project in a public space. So it's a public art project which was commissioned by one of the entities in the Emirates. And I thought it was one of the most interesting projects that I worked on because I was lucky enough to be asked to commission a designer to
talk about this project.
We are talking about a roundabout in one of the main cities of the Emirates.
Which city? Remember?
Ajman.
Okay.
Yes. So when I start to talk to the commissioners, they say we have this boat in the roundabout.
Okay.
It's part of our heritage. It's part of our history. So we want to we want to show it to the world, but in a more modern way. And that's why, I sat with them and I discussed it. I say, why don't we, research and commission a designer or an artist to redesign and reconsider the whole project by looking at the history, looking at the, at the past, but redefine the whole narrative of the aesthetic. And the idea is that we came up with this idea where I commissioned these designers. His name is Khaled Shafar. He's a Dubai-based designer, and we worked together on defining the right aesthetics based on the narrative of the story of the boat. The boat was part of the family of the city, and it was quite interesting because we managed to explore the past with a vision to the future.
Yes, and maybe also coexist the cultural heritage of the place with maybe a broader vision that can enjoy all over the world. So
yes.
It was challenging.
It was challenging, but we made it because we had, as I said, I was lucky because I had also the trust of the institution to say, okay, let's work together. We trust you. We know that you're going to do a good work. So I had these. So
you was free to work with the artists and try to discover the right solution.
Yes. And I mean, it was also very important for me because I had that kind of responsibility that I felt that I have to deliver as much as possible something interesting, something impactful. Because it's not only an art project that is in a white cube. It's an art installation that it's in a public space that is also linked to the heritage. So the burden of responsibility on my shoulder was quite big. So.
And how was the result? So what do you?
I feel the result is that's the project. The result was I think was very nice.
It was very.
I really like it. Till today, after 3 years, I feel that it's one of the most captivating projects because during the day you see these the traditional and the modern, on both sides, and at night there is a light installation that complements the whole project, which is kind of attracting. So,
it consists is an abstract sculpture or is a figurative?
It's an old boat.
Okay.
That is still there, and then with the designer we incorporate like a modern interpretation of a boat.
Okay.
And of course also we redefined the whole grass, which became not natural grass but became more stone, so it became more minimal, more flat. And the project also complemented by a mural. It became a sort of landmark in the city.
Okay.
So that's another important aspect because art for a public space, it's not the same art that is done in a private space or in a more like art context. So the audience is
because
different.
it's something permanent that has to enjoy all the population and.
Yes, exactly.
It's a responsibility in a certain way.
Yes, exactly.
I think.
And because I've been always involved in the placemaking, so like by co-founding these art centers and creating these kind of public art projects, and then digital projects, and now in the future also in the next 6 months I'm going to deliver one of the first residency program.
Okay. Always in Emirates.
Also in the Emirates, which I cannot reveal much till now,
okay.
But it's going to be something different because it will be in the natural environment, but it will be also linked to wellness and the kind of spirituality. Okay. So it's not the typical artist residency that is inviting artists to live in a space and deliver.
Can you imagine that is involved the desert maybe, because we are talking about Emirates?
Yes.
Something related to desert?
Yeah, it's related to the desert. There will be a strong connection to nature. So nature becomes the hero. But the artists or the designers or the practitioners are invited to interpret the space and to live in the space and to kind of, evolve with nature.
With nature.
And the idea is that we want to work with different disciplines, not only with art, but also architecture, design, photography, eventually also bring together...
So is it open to a broader field of artists, not figurative artist or sculpture or painter or digital artist, but
the artist
every medium is accepted?
Yes, the artists are handpicked, not only for their practice, but also for their philosophy.
Okay.
So we are carefully selecting them based on their interests, based on their aesthetics, I would say yes, but based on who they are, because the project there is a lot of connection to, as I said, to wellness and spirituality. So we have to make sure that the artist or the participant are really, working with the mindful approach, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that, their work is always reflecting their philosophy.
Okay, wow. Well, it sounds really, really cool.
Yeah, it's very fascinating. I feel that it's one of the most exciting projects I've been working on.
Wow. And the idea is then to present the artworks, the result of residency, in the place of the residency is held, or in another museum, or...
We are still trying to figure out what the tangible result will be, but most probably we are trying to be open. We are trying to, to accept any kind of result, which could be a physical installation, which is the most common, expected result. But why not? We might have only a research, so we might do only a publication just to document the project.
So it's an ongoing project, open to suggestion of what happened, actually happened during the residency.
Yeah.
I think that is one of the most interesting aspects of a residency, the possibility to be open to new results, maybe unexpected results.
I think it's what we are trying to do also. We are trying to, as I said, as much as possible to give the artist the freedom and the opportunity to interpret the place. We don't want to force them. We don't want to say, this is your environment, your box. You have to work within this box. The idea is that we are still developing, we are still in conversation, but the way that I envision this project is that the artist is given I would say 90% freedom to say, okay, come spend time there. That's the priority. That's the main objective. And then after a month or two, we will start to talk on what you want to do. And what I think was important was to work, of course, to link the artist with the curator, which could be me or could be other curators, but we're thinking also to eventually involve other enablers, I call them, because these enablers are eventually, complementing or linking the ideas of the artist with other disciplines, with other environments, and that could be interesting. But I think it's all based on how the conversation will go with the artists when we start to talk to them. We start to identify now the names.
But it's a call open to all the world, or for an artist or only Emirates-based artist?
Open to international.
To international.
Yes. At the beginning, we thought of doing an open call, but we thought that as a first edition was better to handpick the artist, because we want to make sure that we have something, meaningful that reflect our vision and mission. And then later on, we can explore open calls or other type of approach.
Okay, understand. Do you think that is important also for all the Emirates cultural system? A residency could be an opportunity to open to the world and to receive something from the world. Maybe that you live and work there. You think that is there this vision to make stronger the connection with the international art world?
Yes.
Is in this way, this is your project?
Yes, I think one interesting aspect by by bringing these artists and let them work in the desert is also to kind of activate a sort of cultural tourism. So the cultural tourism is like it happens in different forms, but this kind of I feel that this kind of initiatives can enable also that kind of that you know that aspect.
Yeah, maybe with also your previous project, you try to make a similar way, with the Foundry, that it is an hub, basically, not with galleries, pop-up galleries, and other cultural reality stay together in the same place. And
I try always. I like to think always from different perspective, and that's why I feel that I'm lucky because I'm an artist. So I understand the artistic approach, so I understand also the curatorial approach. And I'm also, a cultural entrepreneur, so I also try to fulfill the financial side.
Yes.
So, which is always important.
Which is not easy, not to match this different vision.
Yeah, no, it's always challenging. But now, talking about Foundry, I think the idea of Foundry started in 2020, pre-COVID actually, 2019. And we decided to come up with this idea of creating a hybrid space that is not only an art exhibition space, but it's also a co-working space, space for events, podcast room, library, cafe. So all these elements combined together create this micro-environment for the new creative
art and culture,
and of course for the art and culture. And so what happened is that after COVID, there was the well-known NFT boom and NFT phenomena, which I call it, and everybody was like, okay, what's happening with NFTs, with the digital art? I say, okay, we continue to do art exhibitions, but then all of a sudden we start to be kind of like targeted by digital artists. Many digital artists, many digital platform communities started to approach Foundry because they realized that, okay, the digital aspect is interesting, but now we want to find a space to show our digital art. And I thought that was an interesting time, and there was a big opportunity.
Yeah, they gave a big opportunity to a lot of artists. Yeah.
For the artists, but also for us as a venue to become a place for these transitional moments.
Yeah. So is it become a place where the people living are exploring different medium? Is a live place? Is a place that people go and enjoy and meet together? Is a real hub for the city.
Yes, Foundry is not only a gallery. First of all, it's located in the city center, exactly on the main street on the boulevard. So it's the best access you can have. So you won't have only the art community going there, but you have also the regular people walking and say, okay, let's catch up at Foundry. And Foundry became like the kind of hub for everyone, not necessarily everyone like art community, but also everyone who wants to pass by and grab a coffee and like walk through the exhibitions while they are having a conversation. So I think that's the way, that's an interesting way to bring art and creativity within the community. I'm a true believer that art needs to be integrated in many of the other, sectors.
Yes.
And daily life. So what happened is coming back to the digital communities. So the digital artists started to visit Foundry. They started to visit our exhibitions and start to say, okay, why don't we have some exhibitions? And then I said, okay, let's talk about. I was still a little bit hesitant. From the post-NFT stigma.
Okay. Yes, but digital art is not only NFT, not different things.
True, yes.
So you can do a digital art, but not an NFT.
Yes.
And it's not.
We have done a couple of digital art exhibitions, and then I wasn't really excited about the result. I mean, I was okay, it was good, but I felt that there should be something different. We should find a more hybrid way to show digital art. And that's, I think, an important moment when I met with Sky Golpe and Ethan. I think was crucial because I felt that I met the people that that are coming. They come from the digital boom, but also they understand the transition. They understand, the philosophy of this transitional moment, and we can capture the opportunity of the future. And that's why we presented the solo exhibition by Sky Golpe, which I curated also, Third Dimension.
Okay.
And see, for example, in that exhibition, what I like is that there was the digital aspect, there was a physical aspect, there was the AI, and there was the publication, which was also in hybrid.
Okay.
Physical publication with an NFT attached, which was a certificate. So that's the type of formula that I like.
That it works.
And that kind of projects I'm keen to continue to work on.
So do you think that is necessary also in digital art, physical aspects that can support the artworks?
Yes.
But do you think that is in general that also in the future it will be the same, or you think that is a moment for a passage we will?
It will be, I think, in my opinion, will be a long transitional period.
Long transitional
So
period.
it's going to be very long. It's going to be the two communities. I really doubt that these two communities of artists will ever merge completely. Of course, there are exceptions. Like there are a few artists that will go to auctions and they will start to do museum exhibitions. But I don't feel that these communities will ever completely merge. At the beginning, we were saying yes. At some point, they will merge. They will, everybody will be together. But I feel that they continue to be two different directional parallels, which is not bad, by the way. I feel that having these two, ecosystems, it feels that you can do more things. You can work more on different levels. So
it's cool. But do you think that maybe the necessary aspect of physical is maybe related for the collective experience of art? Do you think that this one can be the core aspects of the physical experience that an only digital experience cannot have? So no, the idea of enjoy together an exposition, to be in the same place together with other people, with the art community, and enjoy an artworks. You think that can be this one a crucial point? Because only digital art maybe now cannot work, and maybe also in the future with these community aspects will be crucial. And what do you think?
I think the collectors, the collectors of NFTs, most of them are native NFT collectors, and what happens is that when you collect art, when you start to collect art with NFT, with that mentality and with that kind of, philosophy, it's very difficult that you will shift to the other side of, collecting traditional art for different purposes, because the purposes are different. So we know that the purpose of collecting physical traditional art is mostly for philanthropic purpose or for pleasure, and very unlikely is that people are buying art to resell it or for a margin. So
as investment.
Exactly. So, and as you know, we all know in the NFT space there is that kind of mentality of buying and looking at the value and buying because there is a potential increase in value, which is not bad. At the beginning we thought, it's not nice, but then we thought, okay, this is another approach. This is a more financial approach.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, as long as there is as long as it's done mindfully and it's done with a purpose and with the vision, why not?
Yeah, of course, there are not dimensions totally separating the artistic one for the commercial one. They can coexist now.
Yes.
Most of all here in Basel, during Art Basel, is that.
Yeah. So it's most of these artists that exploded during the NFT boom are considered to be the new blue chip that today we have in the traditional art world, which are, for example, let's say Andy Warhol, Basquiat, the artists of the NFT space that today are continuing to be, to maintain their value. Those are the ones that eventually in the near future and in the long term will continue to be potentially the blue chip artists. Okay. So I think it's an interesting moment to continue to observe. I'm a big observer. I like to look and to observe and to ask questions rather than take quick action or do something like just because everybody is doing it. So I prefer to wait the right moment.
Yeah.
Because I think we are still in the transitional phase. We are still in the transformation phase. So we still don't know what's happening in the near future. But I think it's
the perspective interesting and good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to mention, for example, this project, Hypothetical Space, was an idea that I had during COVID. And during COVID was pre-NFT.
Yeah, so
I had no clue what blockchain was. Zero knowledge about NFT, zero knowledge about, very little knowledge about the tech side. So what I understood was that there was a need from the art community to create something online because of the situation.
And it was the perfect moment to launch a project like that.
Yeah, but I didn't want to do the typical, the virtual gallery like many people, many galleries were doing, where moving their physical gallery online
to a digital,
like Google Art and Culture, for example. No, my interest was more like curating in the digital sphere and interpreting the aesthetic and the philosophical approach of the artist within the defined space of the web browser.
Well, it's totally different, I think.
Yes. And I decided that I want to have those parameters set. I say, okay, this is the browser, and then let's discuss opportunities with coding, with developers, with different apps, different applications where artists can use it to create a work.
Yes, it's totally different perspective also for the role of the people that work together with on the exposition is a different practice, totally different practice.
And one of the most interesting work was this collaboration that I had with Isaac Sullivan, which basically was, we had a very long conversation for maybe 2-3 months, where he was working on this project called Hypothetical Space, and after long conversations and long meetings with the developers, with the advisors, with the curators, we came up with this idea of adapting his whole project of Hypothetical Space, which is a sort of maze and endless. It's an endless opportunities of entering different windows.
Yes.
You see, you can follow the mouse. You can enter in many of these different pages.
It's totally suited for a browser. So
yes, and you can explore endlessly.
An endlessly flow of data and windows. Wow, really interesting. Really interesting. Thank you very much, Giuseppe. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.